This is Hannibal from the HannibalTV.com with Piper, and I'm going to be doing a review of the Survivor Series, which took place last night, Sunday night, just ended about 45 minutes ago. I watched the main show from about 8 p.m. to about 11:30 p.m. I thought about it. It was the first pay-per-view that I've actually seen from WWE since the Invasion pay-per-view in July 2001. So it's been a long time. I'll get right into the review of it. I didn't mind watching it, to be perfectly honest. So I'll get right into it. It started off with Becky Lynch defeating Charlotte Flair for the women's championship, or actually it was a non-title match, but Becky Lynch is the SmackDown women's champion, or sorry, Becky Lynch is the Raw women's champion. Charlotte is the SmackDown women's champion. This was actually a good match overall, other than Becky Lynch's leg slapping. I'm not a fan of it, but I was impressed. So I take back what I said about Becky Lynch a couple days ago. She's not a bad wrestler, and she was in a good outfit tonight. She looked good. She had her hands on the rope when she pinned Charlotte at 18-13. The first Survivor Series elimination match was Team Raw, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Austin Theory, and Seth Rollins, with MVP defeating Team SmackDown, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Happy Corbin, and King Woods. This match went 29 minutes and 54 seconds. The thing that stands out to me from this, Kevin Owens eliminated himself right at the start of the match. He got himself counted out. The person I was with did mention that it's weird that what's his name, Drew McIntyre, still comes to the ring with the sword, but he doesn't put it in the stone anymore. He just kind of comes to the ring with it, and I guess someone takes it and brings it to the back. So it's kind of less dramatic. So I thought I would point that out. Overall, Seth Rollins pinned Jeff Hardy. They were the last two in the ring. And I thought that it was a little lame that Owens got the count out at the start, and then Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley were also counted out. So 3 people counted out in one match was a little much. But other than that, didn't have any problems with the match. Omos won the 25-man battle royal at 10 minutes and 37 seconds into the match. There was a lot of people I'd never seen or heard of in this match. A couple things that stood out to me. Jinder Mahal seemed just basically like a jobber in the match, and I couldn't help but think that, like, what the hell happened to his push that he was getting a few years ago. I felt bad for him. R-Truth, he still looks great. I'm impressed that he's aging so well. Ricochet didn't do really any impressive moves in this match. Robert Roode, I forgot he was even on the roster. Dolph Ziggler didn't do much. The match was basically about getting this Omos guy over. He accidentally eliminated AJ Styles at one point in the match. And Otis does look very different than the last time I saw him, and I haven't watched a full WWE event for a very long time, but the last time I remember seeing Otis was at like Money in the Bank when he won it during the lockdown, and he looks a lot different now. So this match was somewhat of a comedy match, but pretty much designed to get Omos, or what, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but get him over, because obviously they've always liked giants in WWE. In another non-title match, Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro defeated the Usos at 14:45 when Randy Orton defeated one of the Usos. I'm not a big fan of Matt Riddle. Don't really find him entertaining. I do like Randy Orton. I do like the Usos. This was actually Randy Orton's record-setting pay-per-view, I think. I think I heard he now has the most pay-per-view appearances of any wrestler in WWE history. So congratulations to him. He's a great wrestler. And for that match, nothing spectacular, but nothing bad that sticks out to me. Then we had the ladies Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw, Bianca Belair, Carmella, Liv Morgan, Zelina, Rhea Ripley defeated Team SmackDown. Sasha Banks, Toni Storm, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, and Shotzi. Now, they did note during this that Natalya had her 500th win on SmackDown, which is the most wins of any women wrestler in WWE history. So I did train with Natalya in the dungeon. She has wrestled for me before when I was helping promote Stampede Wrestling. I used to be good friends with her and TJ. I'm still good friends with TJ. And I was actually at the tryout in Deep South Wrestling when Natalya and TJ ended up getting signed from. So I'm really proud to hear that Natalya holds that record. That's great. I guess we could say she's the most successful of this generation of the Hearts so far. Now the WWE's released Harry again, sadly. Doesn't look like he's getting his big run there. What stands out to me in this match? Someone asked me the other day which divas I find attractive. Sasha Banks, I would have said, was the most attractive to me of all the divas in this match. Bianca Belair won this. I hadn't actually seen a lot of the girls in this match before, so it was interesting to me that I could now associate the names with the wrestlers. I enjoyed the match overall. Nothing really negative to say about the match. It was all about getting Bianca Belair over. Then there was the main event, another non-title match where we had Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman defeating Big E at 21:52. I like Roman Reigns. I've gone on the record a million times saying that. I would have liked to have wrestled him. I'm not a Big E fan at all. That's no secret. I think he's a terrible person to be the champion of a brand, and the ratings have reflected that. They've hit the all-time worst rating that WWE ever had for Raw with Big E as champion, and a couple other pretty bad records. So whatever, they're choosing to push him. I'm glad Roman Reigns won. One thing that the person watching me with found a little odd, and I have to agree on, is I guess Roman Reigns' finisher is the Superman punch. And he gave Big E like 4 Superman punches, and it didn't finish him. Like, he kept getting up from the Superman punches, but then he ended up winning with a spear. So it's like, it wasn't that spectacular a finish, given that Big E had like kicked out of all these Superman punches, and then he ends up losing to a spear. So I don't know. Tony Smith, thank you for saying I'm just like Harley Race. I'll take that as a compliment. He's one of my favorite wrestlers, and that's coming from St. Louis, Missouri, where I've been a few times, where I actually don't mind Missouri at all. Wendell, I actually enjoyed it because I hadn't seen a pay-per-view for so long. So I might watch more. And I don't have the best environment at my house right now because I'm going through a bad breakup. So I wanted to get the hell out of my house. But I'm moving on December 1st. Good evening to Al. Mike Deese is Matt Bourne for the 2022 Hall of Fame. I do agree with you, Emmy. I believe that the Charlotte Becky Lynch backstage feud is a work. I believe you're right. I agree with Patrick that the Sword has more charisma than Drew McDonald. I fully agree with you there. What about checking in? Yeah, I would like to see Jeff Hardy do more. I hadn't seen him wrestle for a while, but I'm impressed with everything his body's been put through. That he's still doing the swanton bombs and the stuff on the top, off the top rope and all that. Mike D, everyone's going to get released eventually, unless you're Pat Patterson, who I believe kept a job until he died. And of course, the members of the family will keep jobs forever, probably. But yeah, Jinder's going to get released eventually for sure. Know How Media didn't see the point of all the non-title matches. Thought there should have been more Survivor Series matches. That's what I was expecting. I hadn't been really paying attention to the card, so I was a little confused. But luckily I was filled in. So thank you for that. American Savage says Otis can go in real life. He looks like he's got a bit out of shape, to be honest. Otis looks like he was never in great shape, but he looks a little chubbier. Herb Simmons checking in. Appreciates the updates. Thanks, Herb. And his show airs Sunday nights at 9 on this channel. Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling. Real Sunny. The matches I like the best were the opener, the Charlotte Flair against Becky Lynch. I liked that one the best, and I liked the Girls Survivor Series match the best. The third, I would have said the Roman Reigns match, but for Roman Reigns, not for Big E, because I think Roman Reigns has a lot of charisma. He looks like a wrestler, and Paul Heyman is a good manager. Kale says ladies are a waste of time on pay-per-view. I don't know. I would say that Charlotte and Becky had the best match. Glenn, I would rather watch 1980s wrestling in a lot of ways, but at some point you got to put the past behind you. We are in 2022 almost now. Ed from Queens tips me $5. It's all right. It's for the best. Appreciate it, though. Emmy says Roman has really returned into his role. Everyone wants an interview with Nails. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. One day, I promise. What about says Jeff Hardy got the biggest pop according to people who were in the building? Wouldn't surprise me. Carlos loves my channel. Mantis says JTG is still there. Not sure where, but JTG was on the recent PCW Ultra event that I am patiently waiting to get the footage of to put on this channel, but it's getting to be a while. So I'm hoping that comes soon. And since I bring up PCW Ultra, they have a big show coming up in January that I'm definitely going to be in attendance for. And that one is also going to be airing on my channel. So I'll finish off by plugging that. So hope you enjoyed my rundown of that pay-per-view. It was better than I expected.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.